Hi. So once again, I'm here with my new thought sharing video or knowledge sharing video. This is regarding the machine maintenance. So as you know, each and every organization want zero breakdown. But how it is possible? So in this session, I will share my thoughts about this zero breakdown. How we can achieve this zero breakdown and what should be the right methodology to achieve this zero breakdown. So I hope this video will help you to achieve this zero breakdown. So there is one standard ISO 9001 2015 standard. According to this clause number 7.1.3 requirement, the requirement is the organization shall determine, provide and maintain the infrastructure necessary for the operation of the processes and to achieve the conformity of product and services. So here it is very important to maintain the infrastructure. So how we can maintain the infrastructure? This is very important. So there is very big question, and the question is how to maintain. This is the question. How we can maintain this infrastructure, machines, and in other sentences we can say how we can achieve the zero breakdown. This is very big question for each and every industry. So here it is important to understand there are three methods to maintain the infrastructure or specifically machines. What are these three methods? The first method is preventive maintenance. The second method is predictive maintenance. And the third method is overhauling. So in this particular session, we will discuss about this preventive maintenance. How this predictive maintenance can help to achieve the zero breakdown. And remember, the goal of all these methods are zero breakdown. So let us understand this preventive maintenance. So preventive maintenance basically, this is the basically graph or this is the schematic diagram to understand the preventive maintenance. The first important thing is preparation. Normally in industry, they don't do any kind of preparation. So here in this particular session, we will discuss about this preparation, which is very important for an organization. But in organization, people are not focusing for this preparation. The second is scheduling. So people start from this scheduling, preventive maintenance scheduling. The third is planning and administration. So at the time of maintenance, what kind of plan is required and what kind of administration is required. The fourth is execution. So whatever we have planned and whatever we are planning for the administration, that we have to execute. And during execution or after execution, it might possible that industry may have some opportunity for improvements are related to the maintenance. So here we will discuss about the preparation, which is very important segment, and normally in industry this preparation part is completely missing. So this preparation inputs. So there are five inputs. The one is related to the machine manual. So it is very important to read out the machine manual very carefully because this machine manual will give you the idea about the cleaning for this machine, what is the basically requirement, and the second thing is related to the lubrication, which is also important. The third thing is related to the inspection or monitoring, and the fourth thing is related to the tightening. Because when you use any machine, then there are possibility for some looseness, some part looseness. So it is important we have to monitor all these four elements: cleaning, inspection, lubrication, and the last one is tightening. So when you refer this machine manual, you will find the idea where these terms are necessary to maintain the machine. The second thing is related to the process approach. Process approach means we have to divide each and every system in the machines, and if we focus on each and every system, then definitely you can define some better controls. But if we understand this machine is only one element, then there are possibility to miss out something. So that's why I request to use the process approach. Like here, I have defined a machine may have some different systems. And what are those systems? A machine may have some electrical system, mechanical system, maybe hydraulic system, pneumatic system, or electronic system. Now, if we focus one by one on each and every system, then there are possibility you can create some good preventive maintenance check sheet. Otherwise, if you miss any kind of system, then there are possibility of the breakdowns. So that's why it is very important to use this process approach. The risk analysis. Sometimes some of the machine are having the risk related to the cost, because sometimes the machine are very costly. And sometimes some of the machines are having the risk related to the accuracy. If we don't maintain that machine according to the manufacturer's guideline, then we cannot achieve the accuracy for the processes. So that's why that is also important. And sometimes some of the risk could be related to the manufacturing process. Like suppose there is one machine which is very critical to the organization, because if this machine will be in under breakdown, then there are some losses related to the production or related to the customer delivery also. So first we have to understand the risk, because that will give the direction for the preventive maintenance frequencies. And the fourth term is failure mode and effect analysis. In failure mode effect analysis, basically sometime if you refer this failure mode effect analysis, some of the critical dimensions are related to the machine or machine maintenance. If we don't consider those kind of risks during the preventive maintenance, again, organization may have some failure related to the product conformity. So that's why it is very important to consider this failure mode and effect analysis as an input for preventive maintenance planning. The next input is systematic approach. Systematic approach. So for systematic approach, it is also important to understand the nature of the breakdowns. So if you compile all the breakdowns which you have experienced in last 1 year or 2 years, so you will find there are three kind of breakdowns or nature of breakdowns. What are those? The first is related to the aging. So most of the time there are some breakdowns, like when bearing was damaged. Why this was damaged? Because it has crossed the limits or crossed the life. That's why such kind of failure you observe during the breakdowns. Similarly, there are some other examples for this aging. Sometimes some of the rubber parts, oil seals, are having their own life. But if organization is not having any systematic approach to monitor this life, or organization is not doing any kind of efforts to maintain or to sustain that oil seals, so again one day you will find some surprise in terms of breakdowns. So that's why it is very important to understand this aging. Okay, what are the parts related to the electrical system? What are the parts which are having their own lives. Similarly, we can one by one we can think about aging life for the mechanical parts, aging life for the electronic part, aging life for the hydraulic parts, aging life for the pneumatic parts. So if one by one we use this systematic approach, and if we align the systematic approach with the process approach, there are total 5 kind of systems which I have mentioned earlier also. So we have to see all these aging effects with respect to each and every 5 systems. The second kind of breakdown which we observe, that is related to the environmental conditions. Environmental conditions, sometimes what happens, some of the environmental conditions can create the breakdowns. Like there is one machine where we found some electronic card. In electronic card, it is very important to maintain the environment. Suppose there are moistures in nearby locations, and suppose there is one process which is creating some dust particles. So this dust particle or moisture contained, if this moisture and dust particles deposits at the electronic components, so again this can create the breakdowns. So during deciding the preventive maintenance checklist, if we focus on this environmental condition with respect to electrical system, mechanical system, pneumatic system, hydraulic system, or electronic systems, then definitely you can create a good checklist, preventive maintenance checklist. And the third system is related to the operational conditions. So operational condition, so sometime what happens, some of the machines are having their own specification, like in molding machine 250 tons. But if you are using any tool beyond the limits, machine limits, then there are possibility of the breakdowns. And sometimes some of the guideline given by the machine manufacturer, if we are not following the same, then again there are possibility for the breakdowns. Similarly, some guidelines, if maintenance team has given some guideline to the operators and operator are not following the same, so at that time breakdown may occur. So basically there are 3 kind of nature of breakdowns. So if a maintenance engineer understand these 3 type of nature of breakdowns, and if he is able to relate these 3 nature of breakdowns with respect to the process approach, means 5 different systems, then definitely he can create a good preventive maintenance checklist. And if they follow this preventive maintenance checklist religiously, then definitely I can assure you that you can go towards the zero breakdown. So this is very important for an organization, but normally people are not focusing on that. That's why organization facing some challenges with respect to the machine availability time or related to the breakdowns, which is really a cost of poor quality for the organization, and at the same time there are a lot of pressure to the manufacturing team or to the management. So that's all from my side. I hope this video can give you the idea or a systematic approach to uh, document a preventive maintenance checklist. So if we consider all these preparation inputs in your preventive maintenance checklist, so definitely you can achieve this zero breakdowns. So thank you, and thank you very much. I hope this video will be useful for your organization. And if you think this video is very useful for your organization, so you can share this video with your colleagues, with your team members, with your friends. So thank you, and thank you very much.